Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to tonight's live tarot readings. I'm Sophia, and I'll be here until 9, so 2 hours from now, UK time, but wherever you are, doing paid tarot readings. But I will be doing 3 free collective readings during the live, and the first one will be a spirit message for the collective. Hello, Snowflower, my lovely. Thank you very much. Then around 1:45, a love message, whether you're single, in no contact, having ups and downs in a current relationship. Then around 8:30 my time, a career message which can include finances depending on what spirit brings through for you. So stay tuned for those. And if you'd like a reading during the live, then all the info I'm going to put in the chat or in the description box, and it is through PayPal only. Hello, Iman. Once paid, put your question in the chat for me to see. Right, I'm fine, thank you. So let me put in the bits that we need, and then I will start with the spirit collective message. Hello, Sunflower, my lovely. Snowflower, sorry, that's me reading it wrong. Hello, Dion, my lovely. I am very well, thank you. Right, so we're going to be starting, as I don't have any prepaid ones, with the collective spirit message. Once I put these bits into the shed, into the cat. Right, let me just put these on as well. Right. Right, let's try and diddle it. Oh, I won't mess it around because I'll probably mess it up if I touch it. Just need to remind myself of the order of the beasts. Right, what have we got? We have got... Hello, Valerie, my lovely. That one. Okay, my lovely. Just remember that if you're asking what somebody is thinking about you, you are not in the wish fulfilled, Valerie. Okay, I will look at your energy in your case, but if you're asking still about him, then you are still the version of you that does not have it, because the version of you that has it would not be asking about it. Bear that in mind, my lovely, okay? You're not doing any of this to get something, and it has nothing to do with your person. You are doing the techniques to remind yourself that you are the person who already has it. And if you're looking for proof, then you are telling yourself you don't have it. Okay? Therefore, you won't see it because you're coming from the version of you that doesn't have it. Right, okay. So let's start off with our first free collective reading. For any of you listening, don't forget there are the other collective readings with the timestamps in the comment section of the last few lives that I've done, because one of the messages there, whether it's the spirit message, the love message, or the career message, might resonate, whereas the ones today may not. Okay, so for those of you who are new here, welcome. I am a psychic medium, okay? I am purely using the cards for visuals for you. I'm not reading what the cards are, except for when they got a message on, okay? But I am channeling spirit as well. That's okay, Valerie, as long as you're not going to pay for something that I'm going to tell you. It's you, all right? For those of you who are advanced and know that it is an assumptive world. So whatever you're assuming is what you're going to get. Okay, and I love the quote. Before I start. The quote, which is, the way you are describing your life is the way it is materializing. So tell me again, how are things going? Okay, life is a story. Make yours the bestseller instead of the horror movie where you're trapped in a horror story. Right, okay. Why won't that move? Move. Right, let's do the spirit message. Okay, this is for those of you who are thinking of moving, okay, or are in the process of moving, or changing jobs, or thinking of changing jobs, okay. Okay, I know what Spirit is saying with this one. Right, so the first card that Spirit has turned over is Celeste. Okay, a happy move to a new home or a place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. So again, if you are thinking of moving, if you are in the process of moving, or thinking of leaving a job or getting a job or moving a job, okay, then now it will bring in new energy, positive energy. But there are some adjustments required, Spirit is saying, where you don't keep the past in place. Okay, and I know that, remember what I've just said, the quote I've just read to you. The story you're telling is what is materializing. The world out there is an assumptive world. It means that your assumptions, your beliefs, the labels, the stories, the memories you're holding on to are producing more of it. Okay? And a lot of you are stuck in loops. All right? So Spirit is saying, yes, you might well get a new home. You might well get a new job. But I know with jobs, a lot of people still have labels, stuck to bosses, stuck to work colleagues, stuck to work. Okay, and stories. I hate working. I never get paid enough. My bosses don't appreciate me. My work colleagues are lazy, etc., etc. They're toxic, whatever. Okay, so you're just moving from job to job, taking the same story with you and wondering why every job is going tits up, basically. Okay, so Spirit is saying, yes, the new home is there, the new job is there, or whatever, which can be positive. But if you don't let go of the past, okay, don't let your past hold you back, those old stories, because the past doesn't exist. It is just a memory now. You're not physically going back to the past. Okay, your body is not going back into that past experience. You didn't time travel. You are just holding on to the past with the memories that you keep regurgitating and replaying, and your beliefs and your assumptions. Okay, so change them. If you want things to change in life, you have to change your inner world before your outer world will reflect it back. Okay, for some of you, you can make beautiful friends. Okay, for some of you, you need to make time for your family and friends if you've been neglecting them. And also for those of you that either work with children or have children, okay, then things will improve once there is that new career or new house move. Okay, so go forward confidently, but with the new stories. It's like when a lot of clients come to me, you know, I've been reading for over 30 years, when they come to me and they're saying, oh, well, all these men, for example, all these men I meet, they're all toxic. And my family's toxic. And my friends are toxic. What's the common denominator? You. Okay, so everybody, because of your story that people are toxic, you're going to keep bringing more toxic people into your life, because that is the frequency you are operating from. If you want to stop experiencing toxic people, my lovelies, then you've got to stop that story going around in your head. Okay, change it. All possibilities exist. Remember, the story you're telling is what will keep materializing in your world. Okay. Excuse me. Righty-ho. Valerie, my lovely, let me know when you're back in the chat. And for those of you joining in, welcome, my lovelies. I am a psychic medium, and I will be doing paid readings through PayPal, which will be linked in the chat. Okay, all the different kinds that you can have, your own personal readings as well outside of the live, details in the description box. And I've just done the first of the 3 free collective messages, which was the spirit message. Okay, right, so Valerie, now Valerie is higher, if you like. She's been on this spiritual journey where she understands that it is an assumptive world. Okay, so what I'm saying to Valerie is going to be above some of your heads. For those of you who are new and you just think it's tarot readings, and tarot reading is only ever going to be a reflection of you, okay, in your current energy and your beliefs. Right, so we go more than that. We go into the law of being. Who are you being? Because who you're being and identifying with in the story you're telling yourself is what you're going to experience. So spirit messages for Valerie, please. Okay. Right. Just love how spirit will bring the cards out in a story. Right, so you are being more confident. Okay, you're sat there on your throne, Valerie, feeling more confident. Okay, more in your power, fighting off those negative thoughts. Look at these two women pushing the devil back. Okay, the negative thoughts, all right, things that you're reacting to, you're able to overcome them quicker. Okay, so you are staying more balanced, all right, but there are still old stories weighing you down on your head. So you are still dragging forward memories that are not serving you, labels and stories, okay, which are leaving you out in the cold of what you want. You are still seeing things as in the future, as a future event instead of the now. There is only now. Remember, time is an illusion. Separation is an illusion, and you can't ever lose anything. Okay, everything exists. It's not going anywhere. Okay, it's what you're choosing. So you're still putting some things off into the future, Spirit is saying, when you're supposed to be there. La, 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 I have everything. I've got this. It's normal and natural for me and my SP to be happily together. I've got the money. I've got the job. It's normal and natural. Okay, in your wish fulfilled. So watch your thoughts. Victory is in your thoughts. Okay, so a few little minor tweaks still there, Valerie. All right, that if you remember, all versions of you exist. So let's say that these two versions are you. Okay, there's every version, okay, exists right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, not yesterday, not a second ago. All versions of you, there is only now in time and space. Okay, so let's turn that one around. If you are this one, okay, if you're the version of you that is in your loving relationship, exactly how you want it to be, loving, caring, buys you flowers, okay, showers you with his love, affection and attention every day, and you're still operating from this version, you're still putting it into the future one day. Okay, there is only now. So if this version stepped into that version would not be having the thoughts that you are having now. She knows she's loved. She knows she's in that happy relationship. So her thoughts would not be operating from the lack version. Do you understand? Spirit is saying. When you're putting things into the future, you are not in the wish fulfilled. Okay, now you can do it from I know it's happening, full stop. But you have to watch those sneaky thoughts that are still, well, what if? I hope, fingers crossed. Okay, so there's a little bit of tidying up that you have to lock down your story. Your new story, you have to lock in. Okay, if you order a steak at a menu and I say here is a salad, you would be like, what the fuck? I ordered steak. You wouldn't hesitate to tell me to go and change your order. And that's how you've got to be in your new story. Remember, the story you're telling yourself based on labels, assumptions, beliefs, stories, memories, okay, that you are regurgitating in the now is what you will keep reproducing. All right? So really observe your thoughts, Valerie. Okay, you've been given the key to the universe and how it works. It's not a party trick to just get one thing. It is a lifestyle because you've been doing it all your life. It's how the universe works, okay? The law of being, the law of assumption. When your mind wanders off into the old or on the things that you're no longer wanting, you have to be disciplined to shut it down there and then. Okay, no, I'm not that version of me. I'm the version of me that is in that loving relationship. I'm the version of me that has my best life, etc. The money I want, blah, blah, blah. You wouldn't be looking for proof. You are the proof because you said so. All right? You know, that's the same for any of you listening, for health, for money, for looks, for your appearance, anything. Look at the story you're telling yourself, and then you will see why you are getting it reflected back. The assumptive world is the world of shadows. It is the reflective world. It reflects back what you are saying is. Okay? So yes, live in the now, my lovely. You either have it or you don't. You either are it or you're not. When you're wavering, you're getting hot and cold, or you're delaying what you want. It's not a process. You're not doing it to get something. You're doing it to remind yourself you already have it, because your mind is real. The real reality out there is not the real reality. It's the world of changes, okay? The old, the past, the shadow world. Hello, Melfi, my lovely. What do you mean, Iman? When I feel I want to fight, how to balance out? Fight what, my lovely? Hello, Nav. There's no point you being mad at your SP. Your SP is the character in your reality playing the part you've given him. It has nothing to do with him. He is reflecting the stories and who you say you are. Okay? You're keeping that story in place. You're keeping him in place as he's slow and I don't meet him regularly. Because your awareness is on that story. Change the story. There's already the version who you're in a relationship with. You're looking at the conditions and the circumstances and getting annoyed with what you've already caused. You're the cause. The reflective world is the effect of what you've caused. The story you're telling. That's the story you're telling, and you're getting mad at the story you're telling, blaming it on him. And the conditions and the circumstances, they don't matter. You stay within, disciplined in the new story. You lock it in, okay, that you are perfectly happy together, okay? so that you are seeing it until you experience it. The one who you thought will support you pulled away because of a story that you have about him. So see him as coming towards you. He's supportive. Okay? They will do anything for you. They are supportive. But you have to feel supported. I am always supported, listened to, heard, understood. It's all the story you're telling. You will get people treating you according to the story. Okay, so Iman, what is your question? And you can choose a deck, Iman, because it's only one card. But not this one. It doesn't relate to you. Okay, Tracy. I set some affirmations to elevate my energy and thoughts about the situation with my SP. I choose the blue. Which blue? I've got 3 blue. If I say 1, 2, and 3, which blue one? 1, 2, or 3? Okay, Tracy. Thank you. 3. So what are we asking Spirit then? Okay, the thinking man. So Spirit is saying a couple of things here. Okay. One is that the story you're telling, so if one of your affirmations is, he loves and adores me, for instance, okay, then he will start to think that, okay, because that is what you've changed. You're seeing him as somebody who loves and adores you, but it's no good just thinking of it. You have to think from it. You have to embody a man who is the version of you where it's normal and natural that you're together and that he is showering you with love. When you are just repeating affirmations, and I don't give a holy crap what all these robotic affirmations are and whatever, if your concept of self is that you do not feel loved, chosen, worthy, adored, whatever, okay, and you don't know that your power, then you will not get it reflected back. It will just be repeated words that you're repeating to make you feel better, but you're not shifting. The words, affirmations, are thoughts. They are not a magic trick. Okay? So just be aware of that. Okay? Yes, Maurice, my lovely. Remember what Neville says. It's no good just thinking of it. You're thinking from it, thinking from the version of you that already has it. You're not doing it to get something. You're not setting those affirmations in the hope that one day your SP will suddenly reflect it back to you because it's a thought transmission. It's not. It goes deeper than that. It's all about who you are being. Okay, it's not the law of doing, it's the law of being. Who are you being? All right? Gloria, this is paid readings only, my lovely. I have done the free spirit collective reading, which was at the beginning of the live. And also my other lives have them as well. And also we've got the love, the free love collective message coming up at 1:45. There is only right now a man. And you're still in the awareness that he's slow and that you hardly meet up. Okay? Because you're still a man who's waiting for the reflective world to change. The reflective world is waiting for you to change, because it will just keep reflecting back your dominant story of who you are. Lack. I don't have it. But I will say a few affirmations that make me feel better, and hopefully, abracadabra, something will shift. Because if you're the person who had it, you would not be having the thoughts that you're having as a man now. And until you embody the version of you that has it, and it's normal and natural for you to have it, okay, then nothing will shift. Okay, Tracy, my lovely, what does Spirit want you to know? Tracy. No, they're coming to these. Okay, Tracy, Tracy, Tracy. Spirit, what do you want Tracy to know? Okay. It's all right. It's not, when I carry on looking, it's because Spirit will bring in words, okay, and I know from the cards that they're not what they're on about. Let's bring in one of these. It's okay, Tracy, if it's only one card you paid for, then I let you choose the deck, okay, but when it's Spirit, they choose the deck when it's more cards, okay. Okay, so Spirit is saying to you here, okay, they're saying, excuse me, that you know what you want. Okay, you know what you want. You know in your mind what you see your life as being. Okay, so Spirit is saying, but then you get caught up in your emotions, drowning in your emotions, water signifying your emotions, okay, which then causes the indecision, okay, that is stopping you having your new beginnings, stopping seeing the changes, okay, and you get so close to seeing the changes, but then your thoughts come in and pin you down, and then you go back drowning in your emotions again and back to indecision. So you're in this cycle of destruction. Okay. Judging. Okay. With this judgment. So either that you feel others are judging you, or you're still in that negative judgment of the obstacles and the circumstances and the conditions. Okay. So what Spirit is saying is what you want is yours, but you keep being thrown off by either thinking about or reacting to what you don't want. And when you keep focused on what you don't want, you're going to get more of it, causing your destruction. Okay, not like total devastation and destruction. Okay, but the old has to fall away before the new can be seen, before the new beginning can be seen, from coming out of the cold and the frost and the snow into the warmth. Okay, so decide on what you want, okay, and stop being indecisive, because what you want is already there. Again, if you stepped into the version of you that is experiencing what you want to experience, that version of you would not be having the experience that you are having now. Worried about it, stressed about it, because they've got it. Okay, you have to change your inner world for your outer world to change, or else the outer world, which is the assumptive world, the reflective world, will keep reflecting back to you your dominant programming. Okay, your belief system, the stories, the labels. When things pop into your mind, we either have a one-word label, okay, for things, okay, or we have a story. We sit there telling ourselves a little story about it in our heads. Or I hate work because, you know, everybody's an arse, or my family's also toxic, or my SP just ghosts me all the time, or doesn't talk to me, or they're just so rude, or whatever. Okay, so we have a story. And your mind is like a projector, projecting onto the screen of space and time. Okay, so Spirit is saying you're stopping yourself having everything that you want, because what you want is yours. If you're aware of something, it's yours. You cannot be aware of something that's not. Okay, so whether you are seeing it and experiencing it physically or not. Okay, so look at what you're wanting, but then look at the story that you're telling yourself and things that you're reacting to and saying, oh, but this, that, and the other. Okay, circumstances and conditions are temporary. They change the minute you change. Okay, but you've got to stick to that new story. Lock it in. There is no other story except the one that you want to experience, period. Okay. Do you understand that Spirit is saying before we move on? Okay, just be aware that when the unwanted story comes in, you don't have to fight it. You just drop it. Okay, because all realities exist. If these are all different realities that are all present now, because there is only now in time and space, okay, and you are thinking of yourself as this version, but then this version pops into your head, you are all of reality. So you're bound to experience other realities of yourself, but you just let that one go. You just say, as this version who has it, it's fine. I'm not that version. I'm this version that has it. Okay, you can't, it's not about being positive. We're human. We've got senses, 5 senses to experience emotions while we're here. So you cannot be positive all the time. You burn yourself out. Okay, it's being aware, being observant of the stories, the labels, and the memories you are dragging forward with you into this now and producing more of. Hello, Leslie, my lovely. Okay, Maurice. me just put some bits back into the chat, and then we will, those of you watching, after I've done Morris's, I will be doing the free love reading. That's fine, Linda. It's lovely to see you back, and I'm glad you got your SP and and I've got rid of him, which is fine. That's your free will to choose what you do and don't want. Okay, there's no fixed contract. And a lot of my clients do that. They get their person back, but you've evolved. Okay, you can still change the story. I mean, there's still the reality where you're together and one way you're not. Okay, because there is only now in time. But if you feel fine that you can let him go, then what does your new love feel like to you? Okay. Yes, you realized you could do better. Yeah. Okay, Morris, my lovely. Let me just put in one more thing. Two more things, actually. It really is lovely to see all my regulars back. I was actually looking forward to coming on here tonight. Right, okay. Right, current job and finances in August. August. Right, Maurice, my lovely. Right, okay. Okay, so Spirit is starting off saying to you that you are getting caught up in your emotions a bit here and overthinking. Okay, your thoughts and your thoughts are starting to spiral, that is then triggering emotions within you. Okay, oh, what if I don't have the finances? What if I don't get the job? What if work's shit? Okay, so you're all starting to think. And what's this little beam here doing? You're projecting out your thoughts like a projector onto the screen of space and time. Okay, and whatever you're projecting out, you are going to see more back, whether it's an hour from now, 5 minutes from now, a week from now, a day from now, a year from now, 10 years from now. Your mind does not switch off, and it's constantly projecting out who you are being. And at the moment, you're worrying, you're stressing, and you're getting caught up in your emotions, okay? And Spirit is trying to guide you. Okay, Spirit is trying to guide you to fortune here, to your treasure chest. But you're not listening. Okay, you're going back into your, oh, worry, woe betide me. What if I don't have this? And the ifs, the buts, the whys, the maybes, the whens, the hows. Okay, remember, what you want is yours. If you want the perfect job, it's here already. You haven't got to try and get it. You have to be the version of you that has it. That means thinking of it from that version of you that has it. Confident. Okay, so, you know, literally jumping for joy. I've got it. It's okay. I've got the money in my bank. I've got the perfect job, because you're the one keeping it away from yourself. No, the Spirit's not keeping it from you. Nobody else is keeping it from you. You're just not giving it to yourself within so that your outer world changes. Okay? There's a quote in the Bible. Okay? Remember, the Bible is seen as religious, but it's also seen as metaphysical. Okay? And in Matthew, I think it's 11:24. Let me have a look. What about? Nope. Perhaps it's 24:11 then. No, that's all about false prophets. No, I can't think. It is Matthew something. Hang on. Right. Let's go about it by putting it in. Oh, no. Oh, it is 11:24. Right. Therefore, hang on 1 minute. Right. All different versions of it, okay? So, why can't you just be simple with it? If you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer. Okay, prayer is your thoughts. Every thought you're having is a message you're sending out. Okay, so it doesn't say whatever you believe you will receive. Okay, I mean, it says what you believe you receive. If you believe that you're not going to have the money, that you're not going to get the job, you're going to be skint as hell, okay, then yes, that is what you're going to see reflected back, because that is your belief. Okay, so literally what you believe you will receive. It doesn't say what you believe, keep your fingers crossed and hope, okay, that you might get it. It is yours. Okay, so somebody's got their eye on you somewhere. Here, you're being watched. Okay, now whether it's a CV you've handed in, a resume you've handed in, and you're looking for work, somebody's seen it. Okay, have faith. Okay, this pregnancy bump is the world. Have faith that what you want in this world will be born into this world, where you can have your victory and success, and you can have all the money you want, jumping for joy with your money. Okay, but you have to get out of your own way. Stop transmitting what you don't want to experience, because you will. Transmit what you do want to experience. Okay, I've got a successful job, I've got the money I want, and you persist in that story, you lock it in. Okay, you don't lock it in for 5 minutes, you persist in that new story. There is no other story, because all versions of you exist. Okay, so the version of you that has it would not be thinking as the version of you that doesn't. This version of you that doesn't have it is you now. Okay, but the version who has it wouldn't be having these thoughts because they've got it. Okay, what you want is already yours, but you have to be in alignment with it. You have to identify from it. Okay, that's what's keeping it from you, because you're identifying with lack, worry and stress, and overthinking and getting caught in your emotions and seeing yourself that you don't have it. And I'm fingers crossed, hopefully I will. All right. If you don't, Spirit is saying, shift, because you have to change your inner world before your outer world will change. Okay, because it's a reflection, it's a shadow world of your thoughts that you've already been thinking and worrying and stressing about. Okay, then it will change in time, but not in August. Good. So are you currently looking for a job then? Is that why if you're in a job and you're looking for a pay rise or a promotion, okay, then somebody's watching you. Somebody's noticed you. So hopefully, you know, it's soon. Hello, Neela, my lovely. So that means every morning when you wake up, which version are you operating from? The Morris who has it, even though you're not seeing it yet, reflected back to you. You have to change your inner world until it's normal and natural. Okay, not thinking of it and then checking. Okay, there's nothing to check for. Right, so are you wanting a promotion or a pay rise where you are? Well done, Neela. Glad that you've changed that story around, which is nice. Right, okay. So in order to be that version, how I do it, okay, is to imagine a friend asking me, so Morris, how's your job going? Oh, it's going brilliant. Have you got that promotion? Yeah, I got the promotion. Okay. State what you're earning, because all versions exist. There's a version of you that's earning what you are now. There's a version of you that's earning whatever amount you want. It's your assumptive world. It's your reality. No one is going against you in your own reality, because nobody else will experience your reality. They're just characters playing the part that you think about them. My boss, I don't think that I'll get that promotion. Then congratulations, you didn't. Remember that quote that I read out, that the story you're telling is what is going to materialize. So make sure it's a bestseller. Always your awareness. So what you are aware of is what you're going to keep getting. So if you're aware of waiting, you will cause more waiting. If you're aware of not having something, you're aware that you're not going to have it. You're not got it. Okay. So be aware that you've got the promotion. Every time you think about it, yeah, I got that promotion. Okay, so it's normal and natural. You wake up in the morning, oh, you know, I got my promotion. Whoopee. What would you be spending that extra money on? What does that extra money and position and responsibility feel like to the Morris who's already got it? Okay. Right, let's do the collective love reading. Don't forget that the timestamps will be in the description box, the comment section after the live. You can go and check out the other lives with the other love readings, spirit messages. We've already done the free spirit message today at the beginning. Now we're going to do the love reading, which will cover if you're single, if you're in no contact with somebody, or if you are up and down in a relationship. Excuse me. Right. Right. Okay. So these are going to be the basis for all the categories, okay? Whether you are single, in no contact, or up and down in a relationship. Hot and cold behavior, okay? Hot and cold circumstances. But I'm going to back up each one with a different message from these cards. Okay, so if you are single, okay, Spirit is saying you're wanting love. You're wanting somebody to mirror or join you in a loving relationship, okay? But with these three cards, okay, they're all meaning the same. So this one is attached to emotions and thoughts that are stopping you. Okay, swords are your thoughts, and these thoughts are piercing your heart's desire. Your heart's desire is for a loving relationship, but you've got thoughts that are not in alignment. Okay, which I will come back to in a minute. So you need to release, not release the ex. Okay, yes, it can be ex-partners. Okay, release the stories that you have about previous relationships. Stop taking them forward like a notepad with you into next relationship. The time has come to clear that energy. And for a lot of you, it's loving yourself first. Okay, your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. All right, so a lot of clients, okay, or people who come for readings want love. Yes, it's a birthright. We're here to have experienced love. But a lot of people are wanting somebody to love them. Okay, you don't become happy because you found love. You find love because you're happy within yourself, knowing your worth and value. I'm first best. Okay, I am number one to any person that I'm with. Because if you're not seeing yourself as lovable, then nobody else will see you as lovable. Okay, when you're chasing love, you will always be chasing love. And then you're disappointed because somebody isn't filling your cup up. The amount of readings I do where somebody says to me, if I had £1 for every time I hear, so when's my person going to change then? When's my person going to change so that I can be happy? They are that person. They're not going to go off and have a personality transplant. Okay? So they are who they are. You can change the way you're seeing them. Okay, but you have to know your worth and value. And a lot of people are just accepting breadcrumbs. So for those of you that are single, you can have your beautiful relationship, okay, your beautiful caring relationship of love with somebody when you get out of your anxiety and the terrible stories that you're telling yourself. Not for all of you. I didn't say this resonates for every single person looking for love. Okay, but for those of you that are wondering why love is eluding you or you're only getting crappy people, okay, and it's because you're seeing your cupboard as empty. You got to know your worth and value. You got to see yourself. You got to embody the version of you who is loved, who is adored. Of course I'm lovable. Who wouldn't want to be with me? I can have anybody on this planet. Okay? This is how third parties are created. Okay? This is how your person cheats on you, because you have a fear of rejection, of abandonment, or that you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough. So you have to see it reflected back in one way or another. Okay? So love yourself first and let go of the energy. The energy needs to shift. Remember, everything is energy. Okay? So this free reading is a free love reading, okay? But it's a collective reading. It's not your specific reading. They're paid readings, my lovely. Right, so let's get into, for those of you who are in no contact, well, we have reconciliation once you shift. Okay, you've got to release the old thoughts about that person, the thoughts that are piercing what your heart desires. You're desiring reconciliation. You're desiring your person to come back in expressing their love. Okay, but are you knowing your worth and value, or are you still clinging to the old emotions and stories that aren't in alignment with what you want, my lovelies? Okay, so the news can't come from your person if you are still thinking of the unwanted. You're not ghosted, you ghosted yourself. The very fact that you're focused on being ghosted or in no contact and X amount of time has gone by is keeping you stuck. There is only now. Okay, there's already a version of you two happily together, but you're not focused on that. You're still focused in keeping yourself in the waiting loop, hoping that one day they suddenly miss you and wake up and smell the coffee. They are playing the part in your movie. It's your life experience, not theirs. You will never experience their reality. They will never experience yours. They are merely a character from the script that you keep reading off and going, ah, why isn't anything changing? Okay. And the same, let me just pull in one of these. Spirit is saying, okay, your person is already serious about you. All right. A version of them, not the version, okay, that you are focused on. That version can't change. You have to focus on the version who loves you, who is there telling you, oh my God, I love you, holding you in their arms, because you're feeling loved, you're feeling chosen, you're feeling prioritized. All right. And then they will come forward as a gift, that gift to you. Right. If you're in a relationship, okay, you're in that loving relationship, okay, but you are still seeing them as always too busy, then they'll be always too busy. Okay, remember, the outside world cannot change until you change the story, change the record, change the playlist inside of you, because it is a reflective world, a shadow world, an assumptive world of what you are assuming to be true, the story you're telling yourself. Okay, so again, you're stopping yourself having your heart's desire with the thoughts that you're telling yourself. Release them. Okay, and then you can be expressing your love to each other. What does it look like to be in a healthy relationship with your person? Okay, so only focus on what you want, because if you keep focusing on what you don't want, you're going to keep getting more of it. And you're sat there wondering why nothing is changing and hoping that it will change. Well, it can't change until you change the story, change the record. And I don't suppose Salamawit is still here. Sorry if I'm crucifying your name. There is no destiny. That's why you have free will. You have the free will to choose what you want to experience. That's your destiny, your choices. You're not born into this world and have one linear path. Every choice and decision you make takes you on a different timeline. I'm just resting my voice for a moment and gathering my thoughts. So whilst I'm being quiet, I should just drop these bits into the chat. Again, I've done some lovely readings that people have booked through the week. You get a video. Okay. Yeah, that's fine, Neela. Or wait till the job free collective one about career. Which will be at 1:45. Okay. Oh, won't it? It'll be at 1:30. Sorry. The love one was at 1:45, but it's up to you. Right. And Neela, you know that it's your story. Okay, your job is being what you say it is. Right, so your boss has no power, control, or authority over you. It's your reality. So therefore, I'm still on sick leave. Sorry. I'm not fit to come back to work. I mean, have you been worried about your boss not liking all the time off? Okay. You might have been thinking, oh, what if they don't like the fact that I'm having all this time off and want me back at work? And there you go. Then she was bound to pop up and call you and say, come back to work. And who cares if she's pissed off? Tough luck. You didn't hurt your leg on purpose. It was an accident. Okay, and if you're still signed off on sick by a doctor or something, then they have to respect that. I'm a little quiet, don't worry. I'm just tuning into energy, giving space for the right messages to come through. So whereabouts in the world are we all from today? I know where some of you are. Florida, yeah. Tracy, I know you're in Florida. Is it nice and sunny? Hello, Wendy. Wendy's in Las Vegas. Neela's in Croatia. I'm in the UK. Raining. It's actually been sunny here today. In August, and hot, hot, hot for you, Wendy. Always is hot where you are. Do you ever get cold? The weather in the area of the UK that I am in today has actually been sunny all day. Just need that last little mini heat wave before the summer ends. Mind you, sometimes September is nice. Yeah, but it's probably still humid in Florida, isn't it? It might be raining, but it's probably still very humid. I don't call it manifesting anymore, Neela, because it's being. Okay, you're never manifesting anything. You're just choosing it and deciding that you have it now. Okay, so yes, there's lots of things that in my inner world I'm experiencing that haven't been reflected back to me yet. Hello, Jessica, my lovely. Yeah, I know what you mean. Remember, there's already a version of you that wins. There's always a version of you that has what you want. Okay, now, right now. So it's making it normal and natural. When you're trying, like you're saying, I'm trying to manifest winning. So it, you won't necessarily, you're trying, okay? You're not being the version of you who wins it. So that would be, so the version of you that wins competitions would not be trying to win it. They know that winning is their default. I always win. Okay, it's like in the Lionesses, the English football team that just won the Euros. Okay, one of the subs who came on and scored a goal, when she was being interviewed afterwards, she said, I have always had this belief that if ever I'm playing, I always score a goal. And she does, because that's her belief. Okay, it's normal and natural that she believes that she wins. Okay, she always scores a goal. So she always does. Whenever she comes on, she scores a goal. Okay, so the version of you that wins competitions wouldn't be thinking as the Tracy as you that's hoping and praying and fingers crossed that I win this one. I really, really want to win this one, or I'm imagining that I'm with the prize. It's normal and natural to them. You get who you're being. You don't get what you want. Okay? You get who you're being. Remember, your subconscious doesn't know what's real and what's not real. Doesn't know the truth. Okay, it doesn't know whether you're joking or not. It's literally taking in, it's absorbing them as instructions. Okay, so when you are, remember, life isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. You're the creator. You're the cause of the effect that you experience. Okay, so your brain only knows whether you tell yourself you have something or you are something, that person. Okay, I am and I have, or I am not and I don't have. Okay, so if you see yourself as a person who always wins, it's like second nature, like you eating dinner or making a coffee. Okay, it's normal and natural. Every competition I enter, I always win. In fact, it's fucking boring now because I've got nowhere to put all this stuff and I don't have time to go on all these holidays. Okay, you're making it natural and normal. Right, Jessica, are you back in the chat, my lovely? Hello, my lovely. I don't want to say your name beginning with J because I will probably slaughter it. These are paid readings, my lovely, but I have done the free collective readings. Spirit message, the love message, and I've got the career one coming up in a moment. If the messages in today's live don't help you, then you can go back into the other lives on my channel and look for where it's got in the thumbnail the collective readings. Yes, Mila. You're seeing yourself as blocked because you're focusing on a block. Even if you don't know what the block is, you're not going to the end where you have what you want. If the version of you that has what you want, you would not be sat there saying, I've got a block, because you've got it. So as that version who has it, how would that version of you be thinking? You wouldn't think that you had a block. So you have to get into the version of you that has it already. So if it's to do with a person, drag the live back and go and watch the love reading, the free love reading, because this is paid readings, my lovely. Jessica, are you in the chat yet, my lovely? Because I can't see you in the chat. No, you're causing the confusion. Go and listen back to the chat, the love reading, okay? In this live. Okay, Jessica. Right, I'm doing Jessica's reading. Right, Jessica, my lovely. Okay, let's see what Spirit wants to tell you. Right, okay. Let's take that one. Right, okay. Lots of little messages, so I'm going to try and tie them in to the ones that have come out. Okay, so as we've got two love cards here, okay, I'm assuming it's whether it is a person you love, Jess, or whether it is things that you're wanting that you think you're gonna feel better having, if you get what I mean, okay, is what this is all about in your energy. You are still letting the past thoughts come in. Remember, the past isn't anything. Okay, it is a memory in the now moment, Jess. All right, so when you think of something, a memory, or a story, when you think of your person, what story are you running, what are you still saying, okay, is what is keeping that in place, because you're feeding that memory more energy, you're keeping it alive. Okay, so Spirit is saying there is still a bit of internal conflict in your mind. You have not locked in to the new story. Okay, and some of it is a bit fearful. Sometimes we actually fear having what we want in case we lose it or it goes wrong. Okay, or that we're never going to get it. It's never going to happen. All right, so you're keeping yourself stuck, tied, your hands are tied to your thoughts that you're having, which is keeping you out in the cold. Okay, because of the past things that you're bringing forward. You're not walking around as the you that is that Jess who has it, because if you were, you wouldn't be needing proof, you wouldn't still be looking for it, you wouldn't be sat there going, bored now, where is it, how much longer, it's been X amount of time. Okay, so it's showing that you're not in the wish fulfilled. And Spirit is reminding you that it is a reflection of what you are doing. Okay, it's a reflection in the mirror of what you are saying you are going to experience. Okay, you're looking at time. The thief isn't stealing money, he's stealing a pocket watch, which signifies you're still looking at time. It's been X amount of time. Okay, I had a client the other day who said it's been 6 months. I've been trying to do this for 6 months. I said, there is no 6 months. In the now moment that you said it's been 6 months, you created a timeline where you've been doing it for 6 months. Everything is now. There is only the now moment. Okay, you're not waiting for anything. Spirit is saying you're making it a process and a journey. I've got to do this to then think that. I've got to think positively and have fruitful thoughts. And I've been doing that. It's been ages. Okay, and now, you know, you're making it a process, not an I am now. It's not living in the end, it's living in the now as the version of you that has it. Okay, you're not the apprentice anymore practicing. Okay, you know how it works. You've got the degree in it now. All right, so you're still sort of waiting for it to come forward. When's it going to arrive? So you're in a lack energy still. For any area, it doesn't have to be with SP. Okay. Yeah, exactly. All right. I will explain something to you in a moment. So it's persisting in the new story. You have to lock down in that version of you with that what you want now. Okay, there is no other story. If another story pops in, that's fine, because all versions exist. Just tell yourself that's fine. That's a version of me that doesn't have it, but I'm the version of me that does have it. Having that pleasure as you, who knows, believes, okay, that they're in this beautiful, loving relationship. Ugh. Okay, with your person. What is your person saying to you? What's the money in your bank account? You're not checking your bank account. It's because you have to embody the version of you that is loved, who is in that relationship, who is chosen, who is prioritized, who knows their worth and value. Okay, in that wish fulfilled, in that wish now, as that version now, because the version of you that has it is not thinking from the Jessica that doesn't. All right, that's when you come out of the cold and go into the new beginnings. That's when what you want suddenly shows up at your door, so to speak. Okay, so you're still in that looking at time. Okay, remember there is no time. You're not, remember, you as Jessica, your human form is the character that you're identifying with, but you are the multi-dimensional being inside of you. Okay? So the character that doesn't have it is trying to pretend that she does have it and still needs 3D proof. Where's my stuff? Okay, bored now. Where is it? Can't find it. Okay, where's my stuff? I'm waiting. I can't find it. Here, bored now. Where's my stuff? Okay. So the character who doesn't have it will never have it. So what you're doing is you're trying to convince the Jess who doesn't have it that hopefully one day you will have it. But then the Jess who doesn't have it is saying, yeah, but I don't have it. It's been X amount of time. Okay, so the character, be the character who, of course, they have it. What do you mean, Sophia? Of course I've got it. Okay, that character that naturally has it doesn't need to figure out whether she's doing it right. Okay, doesn't need to figure out if they're thinking and feeling the right way or if they do it wrong. Okay, she knows that it's hers. They don't need to keep focusing on it over and over again. If you've got what you want, if you've got your new car, you're not keep focusing on it. It becomes normal and natural. You just get in it and use it. Okay, so you have to accept that you have it now. All right? You are it. Okay, the past isn't a place. All right? The past isn't a place. It's not a thing. And it's not behind you. The past is just a thought happening now. Okay, something that you just keep bringing into the now. You're remembering something and you're feeding it. You keep bringing it into, thank you, Wendy. You keep bringing it with you, not because it's true, but because you're saying it is. Okay, you're not stuck in what was. You're stuck in what you still believe to be true. The time. Okay, the past is an illusion that you just keep being fooled by. All right, you're bringing it with you all the time. You don't have to revise it. You don't have to rewrite it. You just drop it. Okay, you just drop it. Stop identifying with it. If that version of events isn't real, because nothing is real, there's no different with the version of you that has it to the version of you that thinks that they haven't. It's just what you're believing and telling yourself. They're both real. Reality is all of it. Okay, so when you're focusing on it's been X amount of times, you in this now moment, the second you focused on and was aware on it's been X amount of time, are in that timeline where you now have the past that's created X amount of years, months, weeks. Okay, so you're on that projection of not having it because you're still waiting. You're in lack. Where is it? Where's my stuff? You already have all the money you want. You already have the relationship you want. Okay? Yes, you need to stop it. Okay? Drop it. Stop playing it over in your mind. If it wasn't real, then why would you keep going over it? It doesn't belong to you anymore. The version of you that's in that relationship isn't thinking as a version of you who's still ghosted. All right, so drop it. You need to shift this energy. And part of it is fear. Spirit is saying part of it is fear that you're never going to get it because it's been X amount of time. It's already yours. You're just not embodying the version. Remember, it's the law of being. The law of assumption. It's the assumptive world. So you're assuming that you've got to go through a process. You're assuming that it's going to be X amount of time still because you're assuming that you've got to go on this journey. You can have it now. Okay, you're the one sitting yourself on the naughty step. Just drop it. I'm not that version of me. I'm not going to be dragged off into the version of me. I'm the version who has it. But what does that feel like to you? You're not trying to change that version of your SP who's ghosting you by sending thoughts to them, hoping that one day they'll change. You are embodying the version of you that is with the version of them that loves and adores you and has always loved and adores you. Okay? Because that version exists, but you're tapped in and tuned in trying to change this version that doesn't want you and ghosting you into this version. You can't. You have to drop that version and embody only in your mind the version that loves you and adores you and that you're loved and chosen and prioritized. Okay? Yes, you're the version of Jess who has it, not the version of Jess who's waiting for it. Bored now. Where is it? Where's my stuff? If I try and think positive and visualize it, it will come. No, it's who you're being. Like I said earlier, if you're in a, it's no different, two things, it's no different thinking about a cup of coffee. Okay, when you think, oh, I'll go and have a cup of coffee, you haven't got a load of story around it. You literally think, oh, I want a cup of coffee. You either go and buy one at Starbucks or whatever, okay, Costa's, or you go and make yourself a cup of coffee. You don't sit there deliberating about, oh, I don't know if I should, what if the kettle blows up? What if Starbucks have run out of coffee? Or they ghost me, or they're closed, or whatever. Okay, those fleeting thoughts might come, but then you'll just go and get a coffee from somewhere. Your specific person or the money that you want or the job that you want is no different. The only reason you're seeing it as separate from you is the importance you're putting on it and seeing it as separate from you. There is no separation. You can't lose anybody or anything. Okay, and you can't, and there is no time. There's only now. There is only this moment in time and space, not a second ago, not a second in the future, now. Every now moment you are a new person. So what story are you taking with you? Okay? Right, let's get ready for the career reading. Hello, Stacey's, my lovely. Stacey's sweetest. Right, coming up is the free career reading. Don't forget, I've already done the free love reading and the free spirit message at the beginning of the live, which I will put all the timings, the timestamps in the comment section after the live. But don't forget, you can go and watch the other lives for the messages in those. They might help you as well. Right. Okay, let's get into the free career reading from Spirit. Hello, Nini, my lovely. Right, okay, so for those of you, straight away we had the leaving card, what Spirit brings out as a leaving card. Okay, so this is if you are wanting to leave a job, okay, Spirit's advice and guidance to you is to focus within on what you want. Look at this light where the third eye is. Okay, having that download. When you focus within, she's not got her eyes open. She's not looking out there at all the blocks and all the what ifs and the whys and whatever. Okay, when you focus within on what you want, the download from Spirit, from your higher self, from your spirit team will guide you. It will be natural and normal for you to do things. Okay, at the moment when you're in your thoughts, these swords are your thoughts trapping you from your heart's desire. Your heart, what you want is over here, but your thoughts are stopping you because you're trying. How do I do this? How do I do that? Just be the person who has it. What does that look like to you? Okay, here we've got family. All right, so for those of you who have family, all right, that if you had a better job, you would have more money for your kids or for your family to do things, go on holidays. What does that look like to you? Because the version, remember, all versions of you exist. There is only now, okay, all versions. So the version of you that has the pay rise, that has the perfect job, okay, is naturally, oh, I booked a holiday. You know, if a friend asks you, oh yeah, I've booked a holiday. Okay, we're going away. Oh yeah, we're having a new car. We're buying a new home. Oh, I've got loads of money. Okay, I'm not worried about money. It's normal and natural to that version of you. When you are in that fun energy of seeing yourself with it, that's when what you want drops into your hand. That's when the pay rise, the promotion, the new job with the more money comes in. Okay. But some of you are just wishing and hoping that one day it will come. Well, one day it will come. But when you start embodying that version of you that has it, it will come quicker, is what Spirit is saying. Okay? So when you are in your mind as the version of you who has it, so you can do that by visualizing yourself. What are you doing? What are you hearing? What are you seeing? What are you touching? Okay, what are you hearing people say? Or you can have that conversation as if you bumped into a friend you haven't seen for a long time. Or you're telling a family member, I've just got my promotion. Okay, I've just got my promotion, or I've just got a new job and it's, you know, going to be X amount of pounds. I've just got the new client if you're self-employed. Okay, business is booming. I'm the best at what I do. All right, so it's coming into that energy. Remember, everything is energy. That's why I love Einstein's quote, which I'm going to have to pull up because I can't remember it, even though I say it about a zillion times to clients. Einstein reality. Well, one of his phrases is reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one, because you believe in it. You think it's true. Okay? Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. Okay, so when you are matching the frequency, remember, everything is energy. You're constantly transmitting energy. Your thoughts are going out like a projector onto the screen of space and time. As I said, the story you're telling is what is going to materialize. So make it a bestseller. Focus on what you do want and stop focusing on what you don't want, because what you are aware of is what you're going to keep getting. Your awareness, what you're aware of. My life sucks. Well, there you go. You get more of your life sucks. Okay, my person's ghosting me. There you go. You get more of your person's ghosting you. Okay, my person doesn't want me. There you go. You get more of your person doesn't want you. Okay, your person, the people in your reality are just characters playing the part based on how you see yourself, you see others, and you see the world. So walk through your world as if you've got what you want. That was even a scene in Aladdin. I think when the princess said to him something about you walk around as if you've got everything or something, he said walk around as if you have everything, even if you have nothing, and you will. Something like that. Okay, there's loads of quotes going back centuries that proves all this. And science is just catching up with the spirituality of the universal laws. Who are you being? That's what you're getting. The story you're telling yourself, moaning and complaining about, focusing on. Change your inner world and your outer world will change. The outer world will only keep matching your story that you keep telling. Okay, we've got 10 minutes left. Right, Wendy's very kindly reposted about the mini reading is 1 card, 1 question. Quick is £10. Deeper is 20 and priority is 30. If not, all 3 of the collective readings, the free ones, have been done. When the live finishes, I will post it into the comment section. I'll pin it in the comment section so you can watch it back. You can pay Neela. Goodbye, Nini. No, I've got 10 minutes at least, my lovely. Done some lovely spirit readings this week for my private clients. Not so many pet ones this week, but I have had a lot of spirit readings with your loved ones in spirit. Remember, they're not gone. They're still around you. So if you do want a private reading outside of the live, then I've got those available and the links in the description, okay? You can book at any time and I'll get back to you in an email with the instructions of how it's going to work, okay? I mean, it does say on my webpage anyway. Okay. Now, this would be your energy, all right, Neela, as to what you advice from Spirit to you. Okay. It's not about them. You're not doing it to get what you want. You're being the version of you who goes around locked in that story that you have, that you're in that relationship. You're not waiting for it. You're not looking back that it's been X amount of time. There's only now. Okay. Your person shows up reflecting who you're embodying, the version of you in the loving relationship. You expect nothing less. Okay, because it's normal and natural that you're perfectly happy together and stronger than ever. Okay, and you're feeling chosen. Then that's where you're not being disciplined. You're letting, when you go into a negative thought or an opposing thought, you're dwelling there. You're not saying, fine, be there. I'm not that version. I'm the version of me that has it, not the version over here who doesn't. Go back and see what I read out to Jess, what I said to Jess, sorry. Okay, in her live, it's exactly the same in her reading. Okay, so straight away, oh, Spirit is saying to you here, be the version of you in that relationship. You're together. You either are together or you're not. Your brain, your subconscious only knows who you keep saying you are. Okay, you still got fears coming in. What are your fears? He's already yours. You're the one who keeps feeding the old fears. Okay, embrace the changes. The old story can't burn and die, if you like. The old version of you, the old identity who's not with them can't die if you're not seeing yourselves together. Look at you, look, just locked into each other. You're locked into that new story where he only has eyes for you and you're together. You're not making it happen. It's already happening. You're choosing to be that version of you that is experiencing it. Your mind is the real reality. Consciousness is the one and only reality. Reality is a reflection of what thoughts you're having. Okay? You're still waiting for him to offer you this love. You're waiting. You're in a cycle of waiting. What are you waiting for? It's already yours. You're either Neela who has it or you're not. You can't be both. You can't exist in two timelines in your consciousness. You're either in one or the other. Yes, all versions of you exist. But which one are you choosing to dwell in? Okay? You're stuck in the past. Okay? Hoping that a decision, you're stuck in the past still, dragging those memories into the now, which just drop them. There is no past. Stop identifying with the unwanted. Hoping that your person makes a decision to come back to you. It's not their decision. You're writing the script. You're writing who they are in your movie. Okay, you're the one with the magic wand and everything in your hand. Ace, new beginnings. You're the magic wand with all your desires. If you desire it, if you're aware of it, then it's yours. Give it to yourself. Give yourself the permission slip, as Bashar says. Okay, you're not giving yourself permission to have it. You're fighting against it, thinking you can't have it. That's just your character. Okay, that's not who you truly are. So all you're doing is causing more waiting when you can reach up and untie your foot. Okay, waiting causes more waiting because you're bogged down with all these thoughts still on your head. Oh, what if this? What if that? But this, but that. No ifs, buts, whys, maybes, hows and whens. Just be it. In your mind, you are it. Okay, oh yes, already have it. Thank you very much. Isn't it wonderful? I already have the perfect relationship. We're perfectly happy together, stronger than ever. I'm the best thing that's ever fucking happened to him. He can't get enough of me. He can't be without me. I'm always chosen and prioritized. It's my fucking reality. I'm number one. No one's better than me. No one compares to me. Okay? You're riding around waving your magic wand, saying what you can and can't have. Nobody can tell you no. It's your reality. All right? You're making it hard work. You're working and efforting and forcing and trying. I'll do this to get that. You're not. Just be it, because all you're doing is waiting. Bored now. Where is it? Okay? So shift in that energy, my lovely. Okay, that's when you have your new beginnings. How many times does this card come out? That's where you come out of the cold into the what you do want. Okay? And that comes when you release the old. You either are Neela, who is in that relationship, or you are not. You either have it or you don't. Because whichever one you're dwelling in, you're going to get. So focus. She's got her eyes closed. The butterfly is on her third eye. In your mind. Your mind is the one and only reality. You're not looking for proof. You are the proof. Because you told yourself, it's done. I've decided. That's the reality I'm dwelling in. Okay, the Neela who has it. So bury the old story. Okay, stop identifying with the version of you that doesn't have it. Okay? What you want is already yours, or else you could not think of it. If you can think of something, then it's yours. So focus. Okay, you focus as that version of you that has it. You lock into that story and nothing and no one can tell you any different, just like with your name. Okay, if I said to you, oh, Tiffany, you'd be like, no, I'm Neela. No, but I want to call you Tiffany. No, I'm not called Tiffany. I'm called Neela. Okay? Being with your SP, your specific person, or having the money you want, or the job you want, or the perfect health, or the body you want, the looks you want, whatever you want, family members, is no different to you getting up in the morning. It just depends on who you're identifying with all day long when you get up. When you think about your person or your health or your body, you're looking in the mirror going, oh, fuck my life. Look at all those wrinkles. Look at the grey hair. Look at my saggy tits. Or whatever, okay? Stop identifying, putting your awareness and your focus on what you don't want, because you will just get more of it. Put your focus and attention in your inner world onto what you do want, and the reflective world will reflect it back. When you persist and you're disciplined. Okay, you're not waiting. It's not a journey. It's not a process. You either have it or you don't right now. And every time your mind wanders off, you bring it back. No, I'm not being dragged off into that version. I'm not that version of me that's sick of saying I don't have it. Okay, that it's been X amount of years and I'm waiting. No, I have it. Loves and adores me. We're perfectly happy together. Right then, my lovelies. Remember, the story you're telling is what is being reflected back to you. So if you don't like the story you're telling or what's being reflected back to you, stop telling it. Tell the story you do want, because it already exists. Right then, my lovelies. And there are lots of things on YouTube that you can look up. There are books that you can get, all saying what Spirit's been saying all along. Okay? Not just through me, but through many, many sages, wise people, gurus over the years. Okay, if you look back how many times I hear it in films, in songs, okay, in stories, it's been there for centuries. Okay, go and look it up. Right then, my lovelies. So Nina, I hope that helped you. And you can see where you're still dwelling in the old shit. Go and listen back to Jessica's reading. Okay, she was the last one I did before the career one. Okay, and you will hear what I said to her about dragging the past and looking at the time. Okay, and her fears as well. I think she had fears in hers. Right. Okay, my lovelies. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. I will be back on Wednesday and next Sunday between 7 and 9 UK time. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. There are loads of videos on my channel. Just because I'm only doing lives at the moment, okay, I do what Spirit calls me to do. I haven't been on here for a year, okay? I've only just been starting to come back on here as live. Spirit said to do lives, okay, to help people in the moment. But the videos or the shorts, there's loads of shorts, yes, no shorts, there's when will my person contact me, what are they thinking, oh, pick a card readings, all sorts. Go and check them out. Doesn't matter if I did them 5 years ago, 8 years ago, a year ago. All right, if they haven't, if you're drawn to it, there's a message in there. If not, click on another one. Okay, they're all there for you. But at the end of the day, it really is what you are going around telling yourself. Look at observe who you keep saying you are and what story you're sticking to things when it pops into your head. Okay, and then see why that is there, why you're experiencing more of it. Okay, love you all. Thank you all. Thank you, Wendy. Lovely seeing you in the live, and to you all as well. Love and light.